It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day because you are beautiful. Just tell yourself right now, self, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Hi. Hey, everybody. I am Kiki. I like to do music and entertainment news. No, I am not live right now, but there's going to be very minimal editing to this video. I'm just going to do my music and entertainment news, and then I'm going to post it, and there you go. We will be live again sometime in the near future. Not quite sure when, but we miss you guys. We love you guys, and I wanted to get something out for you guys. Lots of stuff been going on, but I'm here right now, and hopefully you enjoy this. If you are not yet a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. Please consider listening to our radio station, Kiki.fm. There it is right there. It's raw. And we are playing all of the classic hits. And quite honestly, as you can tell, I have a shirt on. Can you see it? It says, I love the... Does it say... I forgot. It's been 3 minutes since I saw this shirt when I put it on. Listen, this is what happens when you get older. I love the 80s. Do you see it? I got it at the thrift shop a long time ago. I have not yet had the opportunity to wear it. I cleaned out my drawers and I saw it and I said, I have to wear that shirt because it's important to me, because I do love the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Some 2000s, some current stuff, but I'm just basically, my life, my heart and soul is really an 80s girl with a lot of 70s mixed in. I mean, that's just me. I can't even change it. I don't want to change it, but it's who I am. So anytime I see things like this, it just makes me happy. And Al and I just had a conversation. So our good friend, Kurt Andrews, he went traveling all over, I don't know, the world, the continent, wherever he's been, going to see concerts and music, live music. So, you can ask yourself, why? Why? You know what I say? I literally stand there and go, why not? This is what makes you happy. And I think if it takes something simple like a t-shirt, me seeing a t-shirt at the thrift shop making me happy, Kurt going to travel all over the place to see his friends perform and to just have himself a good time and make himself happy, that's what's important to you. No one can tell you what makes you happy because only you know what makes you happy. And life is just way too short to not make yourself happy. If you're not happy, do something to change that to make you happy. Happy's the word of the day, apparently, right now. It just happened. I don't know. That just came out of me. I have no idea where it came from. But you know what? I took the headphones out. I'm just not feeling them right now. So anyway, hello. I hope each and every one of you are doing amazing. I know you are. I know you are because you are amazing. So I've got some music and entertainment news for you. Some of it's from a little bit ago, but that's okay. I still want to talk about these things because to me they're important. And I only write about things that, I don't know, I think would mean something to all of us collectively as a group, because I think we all basically like the same type of thing. So here we go. Here is your classic rock, music and entertainment news. Let's go. I think, and here's something I totally think that we are all a part of. I think everyone watched The Price is Right growing up, and most of us wanted to be in the audience and be one of the people called up to the stage to spin that amazingly large prize wheel. Like, it took a lot for these people to just get up there and just pull down that wheel. You could tell some people may have had a problem spinning that wheel, but they got through it because they knew they were on TV. They knew their friends were in the audience. They knew that their mom was watching in Detroit or something, and they had to get that wheel spun, and they did it. Didn't matter how big it was. It just didn't make a difference. Well, Bob Barker, the very long-time host of the very popular TV show, The Price is Right, passed away on August 26th of 2023 at the age of 99 years old. 99. I mean, it really would have been super cool if he made it to 100, but I think 99 is pretty darn good. I mean, just to be able to say that you got to that age. Well, he couldn't say it. He can't say it anymore, but it's fine. We love you, Bob. 99. That's pretty incredible. Bob's publicist, Roger Neal, said that it is with profound sadness that we announce that the world's MC who ever lived, the world's best MC who had ever lived, has left us. The Price is Right began in 1956 and aired through 1965 and was hosted by Bill Cullen. And he had a huge broadcasting career in radio, and The Price is Right was the 5th game show that he hosted on TV. Many TV shows that were game shows were pulled because of cheating, but The Price is Right weathered the storm. They really did. Sponsors at the time included Whisk laundry detergent. I mean, is Whisk even still around? I think I've seen it. But by golly, Whisk, Dove soap. Now, Dove, we know, has been around since the beginning of time. I think that was like probably the first thing on the planet with Adam and Eve is Dove soap. I love Dove soap. It makes your skin very soft, and it's very sudsy. I like how Dove soap suds up. This is not sponsored. Just throwing that out there. And Handy Andy liquid cleaner. I don't remember that one. I don't. But those were the sponsors at the time. Now, the 4 contestants would bid on items, and like The Price is Right, we know Bill would reveal the retail cost of the item they were bidding on, and whoever came the closest to the price won. Move forward to 1972, Bob Stewart, Mark Goodson, and Bill Todman did a reboot of their 1956 show, kept the name, but they hired a new host. Bill, he was in the running, but the suave and debonair Bob Barker moved ahead and snagged the spot right away from Bill Cullen, the guy who had been around forever at that point. September 4th of 1972 was the premiere of The New Price is Right, and many models got their claim to fame by being one of Barker's beauties. Come on, remember that? Barker's beauties. People got plucked from the audience, spun the ginormous wheel, then the bidding would begin, and we would also see who would make it to try for the big onstage prizes like cars and boats. And it really seems like there were more cars than boats, don't you think? I remember boats being given away on The Price is Right, but I feel like everybody wanted the car. You know, you got to have some money behind you to own one of those big boats. It's not like you could just win a boat, win a yacht, a mini yacht. You got to be able to support that. And you got to pay the taxes on it. They never talk about that. I mean, they have talked about it. But you think all of these people on the game shows just win the prize and go home la-di-da? Oh, no. There were like all kinds of things behind it. We could talk about that at another time. Well, Bob hosted The Price is Right until June 15th of 2007, a 35-year run. Things were not all peachy and squeaky clean, though, as several of Barker's beauties filed lawsuits for harassment, and one of the beauties, Diane Parkinson, had a consensual alleged relationship with Bob. What? But did file a lawsuit for harassment and eventually admitted that she was angry that he ended their relationship. You don't want to get any of Barker's beauties mad. It's just not a good thing. Now, Bob was a huge animal rights activist, and no furs were given away during his time as the host of The Price is Right. He began his career as a radio announcer, and his first TV hosting gig was on Truth or Consequences in 1956, which he hosted concurrently with The Price is Right from 72 to 75. That had to be difficult. Couldn't have been easy doing both of those game shows at the same time, but he did it. Bob never had any children, once saying that he saw many of his friends have poor relationships with their children and had no regrets to never have had children. Bob began having continuous health issues in 1999 when he had surgery to open a blocked artery. He had a stroke in 2002 and several instances of skin cancer, which was said to be from his frequent use of tanning beds. He went on to advise people who liked the sun to see a dermatologist once a year. Bob Barker died of natural causes at his home in the Hollywood Hills, will not have a funeral or memorial service because that was his wish, and you have to abide by people's wishes. And he was laid to rest next to his wife Dorothy, who passed away from lung cancer in 1981. Bob's net worth is said to be around $70 million, and a majority of that will be left to animal welfare organizations. Bob Barker, I loved watching him. I loved watching The Price is Right. I really have not watched it since, I'll be quite honest with you. I was a kid, grew up on all of these TV shows because that's what we had. We didn't have much of an option to watch a whole bunch of things. Again, just talked about this recently, putting the Reynolds wrap on the wire coat hanger that I stuck in my mother's TV set so I could get Channel 56 in Boston, so I could watch Casper the Ghost at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, weekdays, and Dale Dorman, who was on Kiss 108 FM in Boston, he was the announcer on these cartoons that were on Channel 56. Was it WLVE? I think so. I think it was WLVE. That was the TV station in Boston. So I loved it. I did whatever I could. And then there was Channel 38, which would occasionally come in without the Reynolds wrap and the wire coat hanger, but it is what it is. Excuse me. Just taking some, getting dry just talking. Happens. Yeah, I loved watching these TV shows. And Bob Barker, again, what a great age to be able to live to. And hopefully he was healthy for the most part. You didn't really hear much about Bob Barker in recent years, not a whole lot, a little bit. But it sounds like he was able to live out the rest of his life in a good way. And we like to hear that. The Blind Side saga continues as lawyers for Michael Oher send out subpoenas. Now, this whole thing has just, I know I've talked about it a bunch of times, but I'm kind of fascinated with it. I'll be honest about it. I love the movie The Blind Side. I've watched it many times. It's just one of those feel-good movies. It has kind of turned into somewhat of a circus now, though. I don't like the direction that it's been taken in some conversations. It makes me sad because it's based on a true story. I mean, there was a book written about it and everything about the story. But some of the ways people are taking it's like, come on, please, can we just move on? And Michael Oher, I have my opinions, I have my thoughts over what he's doing. I don't think it's right. What he's doing. However, let's go forward here. So 3 subpoenas were recently filed with regards to the conservatorship that was set up for Michael Oher, the main character of the movie The Blind Side. The premise of this true life story is that the Toohey family took in Michael and made him part of the family when he was a teenager, when they found out that he was basically just living outside. I mean, of course, they're trying to be kind and good people, which, they seem to be. Michael's story was turned into a book and released in 2006, and someone knew that this would make a great movie, and it did. Made a fabulous movie. It made a ton of money and brought focus to this fairy tale because Michael came from very little, and the Toohey family has a lot of financial success. The subpoenas were filed and directed to Alcon Entertainment, the production company behind The Blind Side, creative arts agency who worked with the Tooheys when The Blind Side was created, and a subpoena was sent to Memphis Shelby County Schools where Michael went to school, and that one is to get any information that was released about Michael. There is also a big ringer in this whole situation because up until February, Michael thought he had signed paperwork many years ago to be adopted by the Tooheys. That whole part of it, when I first started reading the story, when this all started breaking, I said, wow, it's terrible. Michael did not know he was in a conservatorship. He thought he was adopted. But then as everything started, more and more information started to come out, I'm like, something just doesn't seem right. How are you almost, in your mid-30s and you're just finding out about this now? It just makes you kind of question things. So come to find out, anyway, that this past February, he's in a conservatorship. He was not really adopted by the Tooheys. Michael then filed a lawsuit to have the Tooheys removed as his guardians, and he wants his fair share of the money that the Tooheys got from The Blind Side. So it comes down to money, as usual, right? Allegedly, the Tooheys plus their two kids have earned millions from the movie, but I read that each of them got about $300,000. Now, I'm not sure. That's what I read. I don't know. But there are lots of different numbers being thrown around. Some say the family made millions from the movie. Some say they got like the $300,000 a piece. And then there are other numbers. You just don't know what the true story really is regarding how much they each got from the release of the film. Sean and Leanne Toohey are worth about $100 million, and Michael is worth about $20 million himself. And Sandra Bullock made $5 million from The Blind Side. Not sure how much Tim McGraw made because I couldn't find that. Not that that's relevant to anything here, but I'm like, since I'm running it down, let's just figure out how much everybody made from the movie. Sean Toohey, the dad, says that him and his family are devastated by all of this, and understandably so, because how can you heal from this and have a healthy family relationship? The child, the teenager that you took in and basically gave him a better life is now suing you. Could we not have had a conversation about this first? I don't know. Was the family blindsided from the lawsuit that Michael placed on them, against them? Wouldn't that be ironic? They're blindsided by the lawsuit that the person they took in to basically call their own son filed against them. Like, it's mind-blowing. And really, at the end of the day, this is so sad. It makes me so, so sad. I was adopted as a baby. I was not a teenager. I was a baby. And every day I say thank you. Thank you to God. Thank you to my parents for letting me have the life that I did. And Michael was given the opportunity and the chance to make something better of himself, which he wouldn't have had that without the Toohey family. That's what I see. That's my opinion. I mean, he went on to do great things in football, and he made his own fortune. And maybe he could have done it on his own. Who knows? Who knows? You just don't know what path you're going to go down. But I think he did have help because of the Toohey family. Again, outside looking in, that's just what I see. That's just what I feel. But now there are lawyers involved. I'm not sure how they can all kumbaya after all this. Really. Really. And that's the just, again, the saddest thing. Because how can you just get together? You know, it's in the public now. Everybody's dissecting the story. You got people on the left well, this is the right. People on the right and the left, you know, talking, they're taking this side and really still pitting everybody against each other. It's just, oh my gosh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So it's still not been discovered if Michael did receive any money from the book or the movie. He says that he received nothing. But all of that is still under investigation. Now, I'm not doubting that he didn't receive a dime from the book or the movie. However, that's still suspect as well. Because you know there was a movie about you. You know there was a book about you. You had to get something. You knew something had to come your way because these things wouldn't have happened without your story. Let's face it, Michael Orr is the blind side. There's just no getting away from it. It's Michael, then the Toohey family. No question. So all of these things coming to light many, many years later, you know, we don't know the whole backstory. We just don't know it. Just going by what we're being told. Michael earned his own fortune from the NFL, an opportunity, like I said, he may not have gotten if the Tooheys didn't take him in, make him part of the family, and get him tutoring so he could get through high school, then eventually get to college, which led him to becoming part of the NFL. I do not know either side of the story in depth, but on the surface, it seems that Michael was given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have a great life thanks to the Tooheys. Just saying. Of course, more will be exposed. It's just sad to me because it's a great, heartwarming story. It was carried out beautifully on film, and you just want to see it have a happy existence. At the end of the day, you just want to see everybody be freaking happy. This one, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Poland Spring. Not sponsored. Product placement. Yeah. I had to pick this up because I'm thirsty today. I'm really parched. You know when you get parched and you just have to drink and drink and drink and drink, and now I'll be tinkling all night long, which is fine. It's all right. You know, you get the toxins out, clean water in, toxins out. It's all good. I have not had French fries in months. I have not had them. And you know, oh my gosh, I'm ready to cough. I told you, it's minimal editing here. This is just, it's going right out there. Just like we're live. It's just, this is the exact stuff I do. See, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing anything differently. It's like you're here, but you're not. Because, you know, I feel bad where I cannot have a set schedule right now. And then I will have people reaching out to me saying, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I missed you. No, I'm sorry because I'm the one that doesn't have a set schedule right now. So I apologize to you. Please don't feel as if you need to apologize to me. I apologize to all of you. It's all good though. Trust me, it's good. It's good. And as long as all of you are healthy and happy, that's all I care about. Anywho, I haven't had French fries in months. I was very tempted when I was at Market Basket getting my food because I need to eat to get some French fries. And the fall air and the smell of apple and, dare I say, you know what I'm talking about? Because I don't want to say the word because that's like a trigger to the algorithm. We'll do it one more time. Wait a minute. Do I have a roach clip? Oh, maybe I just triggered something. I don't care. But you know that smell is everywhere. It is literally, it's everywhere I go. Not that I go anywhere, but it's everywhere. So with the combination of that and then just, having the desire to eat French fries, you get what I'm saying. I don't do that. I have no desire to do anything. Really, nothing. Look I'm having Poland spray. I'm not even having Prosecco because I can't. I'm just having water and it's good. It's okay. It's okay. I'm drinking again. I'm so sorry. I'm really thirsty. I got to make something pumpkin. Have you guys made anything pumpkin recently? Do you have the desire to be making anything pumpkin and apple related? Because fall is basically here. The mornings now are so chilly. For those of you who don't know, we're in Rhode Island, and I cannot believe within a matter of a few days how the temperature has just plummeted. I'm not, listen, Al will say, you're so dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I'm really not. It's cold. It's really cold. It's gotta be. I think not this morning. Yesterday morning may have potentially been in the 40s. I don't know. I don't check the weather. I don't watch anything. I mean, sorry, Jim Cantori on the Weather Channel. Like, the guy's always getting blown around doing something. Like, I feel like he's in a constant hurricane. Don't you? I just don't even understand what either he's in a hurricane every day or a snowstorm. That's it. Just like 365 days a year, it's snowing somewhere. And Jim Cantori is going to be there. We have been very lucky here in Rhode Island to have not had any major snowstorms the past few years. Knock on wood. Don't you love when people do? Knock on wood. That's my head. My head is not made of wood. However, I do refer to it as being, I always knock on my head and it works. Knock on wood, and it just, I don't know. It's just something. It works. So I really hope this winter is going to be one of those winters where it's not that bad again. I don't want to shovel. I'm not a shoveler. Ugh. We'll get a snowblower. We have a snowblower. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I know. Then just move. I don't want to do that either. I have too much crap. And here we go, talking about the hoarding issues again. And I'm not. All right, listen. So I said to my friend Michelle, I'm a hoarder. She goes, no, you're not. Yes, I am. And I'm only a hoarder because I sell stuff. However, I'm trying to not be as hoardish. But it's hard. It's hard. I've done better. Look at me. I'm nervous. I'm like taking my ring on. I'm taking it off. I'm nervous talking about it. I think I'm doing better. That's all I'm going to say. I think I'm doing better. Getting rid of stuff is hard for me, though. It's difficult, guys. I should do a video on it, but I'm not going to because I feel like it's too much. It's just too much. I mean, my house is fine. I'm not like, oh my gosh, like, newspapers piled to the ceiling and you don't know where the cat is and you have dead animals in your house that you didn't know were dead. Like, I don't have that. That is not a problem here in my home. But it's just that because I've been selling on eBay for so many years, I'm having trouble turning it off. And I'm trying to turn that, like, tune it, not even tune it, tone it down. Just rip the Band-Aid off, pull it back, and just not do as much. Because I'll tell you what, I've said it before, I've said it many, many times over the past few months, it's just not working for me. And I think I discovered why. Because people use promoted listings on eBay. So not only are we paying fees, many fees, lots of fees to sell on the platform, there's also a thing called promoted listings, just like YouTube has, right? You can pay to push your videos out to more people. Clearly, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm not paying. Listen, if you want to watch me, cool. If you don't, whatever. I'm doing this because this is my therapy and this is great for me. And I know a few of you enjoy it. So I just keep going. I've been at this for a long time. It's going to be, it's a long time. I've been doing it for at least 5 years, maybe 7. I'm not sure. I think 7. Wait a minute. 6 years at least, maybe close to 7. I think 6. We're going with 6. We'll go with 6. So I've been doing it a long time, and it is what it is. I'm here. You're here. You like it. Awesome. I'm just doing it because I have fun. So let's just do some more news, shall we? Before I start talking about something else, because I'll do that in a few minutes. I don't know what it'll be about. See? Just like we're live. Known as the quiet legend, former Whitesnake guitarist Bernie Marsden has died. On Bernie's website, right away, you see a quote from him that reads, "I suppose I am proud of what has gone on. After all, I only ever wanted to play the guitar for a living, and that is what I am still doing." Great for him. He passed doing what he loved, and that is a great life right there. Being able to leave this planet saying you did what you loved. Amazing. Bernie was born in Buckingham, England, and formed his first band, Skinny Cat, when he was 17. That same year, he joined UFO, then went on to Wild Turkey in 73, and eventually made a Deep Purple connection with Don Airey, and they both joined the late Cozy Powell in his new band, Hammer. Cozy is listed as one of the greatest drummers of all time, and some of the bands he was with include Black Sabbath and Whitesnake. After Hammer disbanded, Bernie joined Pace Ashen Lord, which was also short-lived, lots of quickie bands, but in 1978, Bernie helped put together the iconic band with the help of David Coverdale, Whitesnake. Bernie was on the band's first EP, their first 5 albums plus a live one, and one of those albums that Bernie is on is Saints and Sinners. Bernie co-wrote a few of the songs on that album, but there was one that turned out to be super, super special. Here I Go Again originally came out in 1982. Did you know that? So it's not the version that we all mostly know of, but that song originally came out in 1982. But when it was re-released in 1987 and the late Tawny Kitaen was flipping around on David's car, the song blew up. And because Bernie co-wrote it, he benefited from the re-release, and the song is in the Rock History Vault and said to be one of the greatest rock ballads and anthems ever. What a great... Here I go again. One of those just hit me right here songs for sure. Bernie left Whitesnake in 81 and went on to continue his career to record and perform with some pretty iconic artists, including Ringo and Ginger Baker, and even released an autobiography in 2017 titled Where's My Guitar on the Tour Bus with the Snake Man. Bernie passed away on August 24th of 2023 from bacterial meningitis, and he was 72. David Coverdale posted the following. Good morning. I've just woken up to the awful news that my old friend and former Snake Bernie Marsden has passed. My sincere thoughts and prayers to his beloved family, friends, and fans. A genuinely funny, gifted man whom I was honored to know and share a stage with. R.I.P. Bernie. And some more news. Within the past few weeks, there have been other high-profile deaths, including Jimmy Buffett. Who knew that was going to happen? Who saw that coming? I think everybody was just blown away. For real. For real. And I just listened to a podcast that Jimmy actually passed away from skin cancer. We can talk about that at another time, but again, something you need to always get checked. Go to your skin doctor once a year. You see something strange and it doesn't go away. Get it checked out. Get it checked out. If you're questioning it even a little bit, just go to the doctor. It's not worth fooling around with. And also Smash Mouth lead singer Steve Harwell, which was so sad to read about as well, since he was only 56 years old. But someone I wanted to recognize in this clip here is Gary Wright. Gary Wright, singer and composer of his two huge hits, Love Is Alive and Dream Weaver. Dream Weaver. Come on. Love, love, love that song. I'll say that again for sure. Gary left us on September 4th of 2023 and was born on April 26th, 1943 in Cresskill, New Jersey. Before Gary turned to singing, he was a child actor who performed on Broadway and was even on The Ed Sullivan Show alongside Mama Brady herself, the late Florence Henderson. Gary was not interested in pursuing a music career in his early days as he saw it as too unstable. However, he released the single Working After School with Billy Markle. They were known as Gary and Billy, and that happened on 20th Century Fox Records in 1960. Gary attended medical school for a year studying psychology, but still performed with local bands because it's true. Once you have the passion to do something and you enjoy what you're doing, it's really, really hard to give that up and to move on and do other things. In the late 60s, that passion took over as Gary pushed aside his plans to become a doctor and had a taste of being around the band Traffic, featuring Steve Winwood and Dave Mason. Gary joined the band called the VIPs, who eventually changed their name to Spooky Tooth. Yes. The band who Mick Jones was in before the almighty Foreigner was born. I love learning this stuff. I love it. Gary was on Spooky Tooth's first 3 albums, but left in 1970 to embark on his own solo career. Gary's first album was recorded the same year that he left Spooky Tooth, but it was the invitation to play piano on George Harrison's album, All Things Must Pass. Come on. That changed his life forever as him and George remained friends and held the same high regard for Indian religion. Gary played on all of George's other solo albums, which included singles with Ringo Starr. Footprint, Gary's second album, was comprised of the band known as Wonder Wheel, and who was part of that band was a Spooky Tooth pal, Mick Jones. Big circle. Music community, big, ginormous circle, just goes around. You got someone here and they're always connecting to someone around the circle. And then there's even the Wonder Wheel reference, right? Circle is a wonder wheel because everybody's connected. One way or another, they're all connected. And if they started with each other, they always have a way of coming back to each other later on in life. Most of these stories I do, it's the same rhetoric all the time. They always all find each other. It's just crazy. I love it. So Spooky Tooth reunited, released some records, and where did his solo career go? I'm like doing all this stuff and I'm reading all of this information. I thought he left to embark on his solo career. He was just falling into projects with other bands and friends. After another Spooky Tooth termination, 1975 is the year that Gary released his third solo album, The Dream Weaver. Here it goes. And this is said to be the first ever all-keyboard album, and the late iconic guitarist Ronnie Montrose can be heard on Power of Love. It is the song Dream Weaver, however, that I personally love. Love, love, love it. And every time I hear it, I have to stop and listen to it. Not sure what it is. It's just one of those songs that, I don't know, I have to pay attention to it when I hear it. I can't explain it. I just enjoy it. Now, this was a very inspirational song for Gary as he admired a poem titled God, 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 which gave him the drive to write this song. It took Gary years to define what the song actually meant to him, which was about someone with infinite compassion and love carrying us through the night and our trials and suffering, none other than God himself. And that's what Gary said. Both Dream Weaver and Love is Alive peaked at number 2, and the album topped the number 7 spot. After the Dream Weaver's success, Gary continued to record, worked on movie soundtracks, and even reworked Dream Weaver for the 1992 movie Wayne's World. Gary performed with Ringo in his all-star band alongside the late Edgar Winter and released his autobiography in 2014 titled Dream Weaver, a Memoir, Music, Meditation, and My Friendship with George Harrison. Gary passed on September 4th of 2023 from Lewy body dementia, the same illness that took Robin Williams, and Parkinson's disease. Gary Wright, the one and only Dream Weaver, was 80 years old. Still today, I can't, like I just said, I can't explain it. That song, it's just one of those songs. I don't know. Just one of those songs that makes me stop down and really listen to it. Does it happen to you too? Am I the only one? I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one with that song. I bet I'm not, though. I can pretty much guarantee there are some of you out there who feel the same way. And speaking of feeling a certain way about someone, Cher. Oh, love her. I love Cher. Love, love, love. Absolutely adore her. Cher is just a timeless goddess who will always be just timeless. She will just be that. For the first time ever, Cher will be releasing her very first holiday album, kind of in the spirit of what Dolly Parton is doing, even though I haven't seen any reference to Dolly being a part of this album from Cher, and it would not be a shocker if she was included at the end of the day. I don't know, though. Haven't seen anything, haven't heard anything. Might be a surprise. I don't know. Is Cher on Dolly's album? I don't recall. I don't think so. So maybe not. Oh my gosh. Is she? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if Cher is on Dolly's upcoming album, November 17th, Al's birthday. So, did you pre-order the Dolly album? I have not yet. Sorry. I just haven't. I haven't had time. I forgot about it. But I'm going to because I want it. I do want that album. I did pre-order Eddie Money's Pink vinyl album. I can't wait to get that because I don't have any Pink vinyl albums and I love Eddie Money. By the way, oh my gosh, I got to post a picture and I will do it this week. So I'm going through, I haven't done the whole spring winter changeover for clothes yet, but I was going through my stuff and I found a t-shirt from Eddie Money from 2014. I met him with my buddy Michelle. Oh my gosh. I think it was at Mohegan Sun because he was in the Wolf Den and we had to stand outside because it was so full. Oh my gosh, that place is crazy. If you don't get there early, people stand in line starting at 8 o'clock in the morning for some of these shows because they're free. And we couldn't even, it was so hard to even see him because there were that many people at that show. But we did get to meet him after. I was like in awe. I'm like, oh my gosh, Eddie Money? Come on, oh my gosh. And again, just an icon who, come on, we all grew up listening to Eddie. Still listen to Eddie. So be able to meet him, I was freaking out. And I got one of his t-shirts. I bought one of the t-shirts and he signed it. So I found it in my pile of t-shirts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of forgot. I knew I had it, but I forgot I had it. So I got to post a picture of that. Very, very cool and totally near and dear to my heart. Now, Cher Christmas will be her very first holiday album and her first album to be released since her 2013 record, Closer to the Truth. I am an older Cher music lover. I love 80s Cher, 90s Cher. Is it 2000 Cher? I don't know. Do you believe in love after love? I love that. If I could turn back time, that's 80s Cher. Like when she's on the ship with no clothes on and a sailor hat. Well, she had a leotard on. Hello. She had a leotard on, but it was like a strip, like a bandage of just thing. And then fishnet stockings and a hat, a white hat and a leather jacket. Like I could never, do you believe that? I could never pull that off. I wouldn't try. Nope, not happening. But God bless her. I think she's great. Cher told Good Morning Britain that this is not your mother's Christmas album, but a Cher Christmas album. Well, I hope so. I hope it's a Cher Christmas album. Now, my mother's Christmas albums were Bing Crosby and Jim Nabors. Bing Crosby and Jim Nabors. Those were my mother's Christmas albums. I think she had one by the Supremes, too, if I'm not mistaken. She had a bunch of Supremes albums. Oh, my God. But I see Jim Nabors in there. I see him like, I don't know if it had a little mistletoe on the cover. I don't remember, but there's definitely Jim Nabors. Now, I looked at the Christmas album cover. Cher has it out there that she did. And it really doesn't look Christmassy, to be honest. It's very cash. You know, it's like she's in jeans and then there's a couple of like Christmas balls assorted, like in blue background. I don't know. It kind of looks like she's going to the park, really, more than a Christmas album. But I don't think she cares. Because she's Cher. So if you love Cher and you like Christmas music, you're going to buy it. It just doesn't matter. Cher has released a few names of artists who will be included on the album, and those names are Cyndi Lauper, Darlene Love, and Stevie Wonder. Very cool. And however, she said that there will be millions of people on the album. That's a lot of vinyl. I don't know how she will fit millions of people on the album, but if Cher said there's going to be millions of people, I believe her because she's just like that. And who else will be there? Maybe she doesn't even know who's going to be on the album as well, besides these people. Yeah, I mean, it's coming out soon, so I would think some other names are going to be released. Now, besides being Cher's first Christmas album, this will also be the first in which there are lots of duets on there. But her and Sonny were a duet, so I was a little confused by that. Like, they were a duet. They were like the first big duet. Husband and wife duet, really. So, I don't know. I would love to see Marie Osmond, though, as part of this album because Cher and Marie were on TV together lots of times. In the early days, tons and tons of times. So getting Cher and Marie together, I think that would be friggin' epic and iconic. I mean, come on, they were together as like when they were so young. Well, Marie was, geez, she was really, when Cher was big with Sonny, I'm thinking Marie might have only been 18-ish area. That's what I'm thinking. Who knows? Maybe Marie is a part of the album. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, the record is due out on October 20th, and you can pre-order on Cher's website. In other Cher news, because why not? I'm talking about Cher right now, so why not just keep talking about her because she's the bomb. Bomb.com, Miss Cher. Her Malibu home, which was originally listed for $85 million but got a $10 million reduction, is still on the market. Who has $75 million lying around? People do, though. Big crypto people, I'm thinking. What's crypto doing now? Really nothing. It's like staying sideways, kind of, sort of. Like, how do you make all that money? Can you just tell me, please, in the comments? How do you make that much money that you can buy a $75 million home? Like, I know people are making money, but, you know, food's expensive right now. So how's the inflation working with all of that? Because just making the bare minimum, it's rough. But how do you cross that line to make all of that money? I need to know. I really want to know what's going on in the world of millionaires. I'm just saying. Now, the home is ridiculous that Cher is trying to sell. She bought it in 1989, took 5 years to remodel it. It's 16,000 square feet. And if someone wanted to replicate what Cher did with this house, they couldn't because zoning laws in Malibu wouldn't allow it. So literally you're buying a one-of-a-kind property that you will never ever see built again. So I'm not saying it's not worth $75 million. I just want to know who has the $75 million to buy the house. It's not even a house. You can't even call it a house. You can't even call these places houses. And do you even call it a mansion? It's not really a mansion, or is it? Do you call it like a palace? Maybe you can call it. I think that's appropriate for Cher. Call it a palace. I mean, I always call things houses, but it's not a house. It's just not a house. Outside of the main bedroom, this was really cool. There are 2 chairs that were owned by Doris Duke. Do you know who Doris Duke is? I know who Doris Duke is because she is the tobacco heiress who lived at the Rough Point Mansion here in Newport, Rhode Island. So the name Doris Duke has always been tossed around in Rhode Island history. Pretty funky, iconic woman, I must say. I got to do some reading on Doris Duke. I did a long time ago, but I forgot about it. So it's gone from my brain. I have to refresh it. Doris was fascinating as she was very good friends with Jackie Kennedy Onassis. She was 6 feet tall. And she left most of her $1.3 billion net worth, not million, $1 billion net worth to charity. Shut up. Let me be your daughter. No, I like my mom and dad. I take that back, Doris. I'm sorry. I take it back, mom and dad. I apologize. 1.3 billion. Jeez. You had no one? Like, that's crazy. Well, Bob Barker, look at that. Look at that whole situation. Leaving it to a cat and a dog. That's great. Lucky cat and dog. Come on. So Cher has bought and sold, going from Doris Duke to Cher, I know, I'm just like that. But anyway, Cher has bought and sold many properties over the years, but the Malibu house may be her biggest profit as she only paid $3 million for it in 1989. $3 million to $75 million, even if she put in 5 years worth of renovations, she's making a good chunk of money. She's a smart lady. From Christmas to real estate, Cher has also launched her own gelato company called Cherlato. I don't know about the name. I'm sorry, Cher. I love you, but Cherlato. It's not sitting well. Like it's hard to say it. Cherlato. Can you say it out loud? Cherlato. It really just doesn't feel good to say it. I couldn't even come up with any other names for Cher Gelato. Sorry if I keep drinking. Wicked parched today. I don't know. I just don't know about that name. I'm sure the gelato was good. Well, I don't know that either. I'm lying to you because I haven't tried the gelato. So how do I know if it's good? I'm just assuming it is because I love Cher. Do you see what I'm saying? How you can be influenced by things that you just, because you love somebody so much, you're just going to do anything that they tell you to do, even though they're not really telling you. They're just influencing you. Like, I'm Cher. I have gelato. Eat it. Okay. Like, I would just do that because I love her. But there's nothing around here. The gelato trucks are only in LA. Why do you do these things? And currently there are 6 flavors, which include Cher's Mom's Cheesecake and Breakfast at Cher's Coffee and Donuts. I don't know about those names either. I'm just throwing it out. I'm just saying, like, it's just not hitting me right. I get it. I mean, she has perfume. Now she has gelato. Okay, but she's only in LA. And she's only got 6 flavors. So she's testing the waters. That's fine. But you got to test the waters, I think, in a little broader of an area. Maybe put Cherlato in Aldi or something. Costco. Somewhere, right? So people can try it and see if they like it. and then you can just blow it up. Now, Cher collaborated with New Zealand-based ice company Giappo, and they've been at this for a few years, so hopefully the rest of the country will be able to get a taste of Cher's gelato, and it's hard to believe that she is 77 years old. She's 77, guys. I saw her in Boston with Al at the TD Garden when she was 73. And again, the line she said, which will always be burned in my brain, is that, "What's your grandma doing tonight?" Right? Because she prefaced it with something like, "I'm 73. Well, what's your grandma doing tonight?" I know. Like, she's just that queen. I love her. But she's 77 now. Dude, she looks good. She looks so freaking good. I love Cher. Always love Cher. Guys, nothing recently on Steve Perry, but I recently wrote my little blog post about the Irene Cara song Fame, and one of the songwriters, Dean Pitchford, co-wrote the song Don't Fight It. Don't fight it. Remember that song? And that was sung by Kenny Loggins, and the third co-writer of that song is Steve Perry. Wow. A little bit out of the norm. And this was a super busy year for Steve and Journey, so this project was unexpected from Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve P., MSP, Mr. Steve Perry. Why did he do it? I don't know. Wasn't he tired from touring? I don't know. I wasn't with him. And why did he choose to do something with Kenny Loggins? I don't know that either. I mean, guy was doing everything. Journey was like piping hot at that point. You know when you put metal in a fire and it turns red? Dude, that was Journey. Like, they were on fire at the top of their game. Well, let me just do this song with Kenny Loggins. Let me just do that. I don't know. I don't know why he did it. And there may not be an answer to why he did it, but the song did get nominated for a Grammy in 1983, and Journey has never, ever won a Grammy Award. But they had one song that was nominated for a Grammy Award, and do you know what that song was? I'll wait. All right, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. When You Love a Woman. The only Journey song, which is weird, right? That was ever nominated for a Grammy. That was released in the summer of '96 on the album Trial by Fire, the first since Raised on Radio and the last album to feature Steve Perry. Now, they split after that. Steve went solo, Jonathan Neal and Dean gave us Bad English, and I still, oh my gosh, When I See You Smile. When I see you smile. When I see you smile. Oh, girl, I can't. I love that song. That's another one. I hear it today and I just, hits me. It hits me. I love it. You know what I'm saying. And that John Waite, Mr. John Waite, when he's singing that, I just want to give him a hug. I just want to say, John, thank you. Thank you for being bad English. Thank you for just being bad, giving us a badass song. John Waite and rest of Journey people and Ricky Phillips. Thank you. We appreciate you. Love that. I just, oh my gosh, can you imagine it? What if they all got back together and just sang that song one time? What do you think about that? I just thought about that. Wouldn't that be great? It's not going to happen, but I still think it would be great. Will it have the same feeling? Who knows? I don't know, though, because, I don't know. A couple of people might not be getting along. You know who I'm talking about. So I don't know if I have the same feeling. Because I think that they were getting along back then. And I think that's why that chemistry was so amazing, because they were all just connected. They were all getting along. And that's probably why When I See You Smile ended up being so great. Good chemistry, good karma. Yeah. When You Love a Woman was written by Neil, Steve, and Jonathan, and it did hit #1, not on Billboard, but on the U.S. Billboard Adult Contemporary chart. But Journey has also never had a #1 hit. So they've never had a Grammy, never had a #1 hit. However, they're one of the best-selling bands of all time. I don't know who decides who gets to #1. I feel like it is very political behind the scenes, because it's just so weird to me that they never even won a Grammy. And Don't Stop Believin', I mean, if anything, that song should be #1 today. Right? It should like re-hit #1, because it sold so many songs on the digital platforms in our current times. So I feel like that's just a song that, oh my gosh, Don't Stop Believin' just made history because it just hit #1 on Billboard because it's selling. Like, how can a song sell so many streams, sell so many songs today, but not re-get, that's not even a word, but not get to #1? Because someone's pushing it down. Ugh. I don't know who makes these decisions, but I don't like it. Makes me mad. But I'm not that mad, because let's face it, Journey's wicked rich. Like, the guys who put this all together, they're okay. And, you know, I don't know what kind of a place that two of the guys are in right now. Are they good? Are they not good? I don't know, but I think for the most part, the band is good because they've been selling out shows still to this day. It's good. They're fine, right? They're fine. We don't have to be sad for Journey. We really don't. Not today, anyway. Who knows? Let's hope nothing happens tomorrow. That's all. Nothing's going to happen. It's all good. It's all good. So, again, we love Journey. They're one of the best-selling bands of all time. When You Love a Woman, only Journey song to be nominated for a Grammy. It's just weird. Steve Perry co-wrote Don't Fight It. Trial by Fire was the last album Steve Perry was featured on. So there's a little tidbit of Steve Perry whatever for you today. And I hope you liked it. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. See, it was kind of like a live show. I'm saying hi to all of you. Thank you for, stopping by. I really, really appreciate it. I will leave an Amazon link down below to a random product on Amazon. If you plan on ordering anything on Amazon, I'm just asking for your help. Maybe you could use that link that I post down below, because we'll get like a few pennies from it. If you buy anything, you don't have to buy what I post down below. But if you buy something through that link, it all goes to helping to support Kiki.fm. So we appreciate everything that you guys do for us, all of the likes, all of the comments, all of the emails, all of the letters and postcards. We really, really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that. And also, please consider downloading the app of Kiki.fm. We're playing the greatest classic hits around, hands down. If you have a business and you want to advertise on our station, let us know. You can go to our Kiki.fm Facebook page, send us a message, and we'll get right back to you. Guys, remember to be kind to everyone. To everyone. Stay strong in what could be some tumultuous times ahead. And also, always remember to turn up the music and keep rocking, because during the tumultuous times, no matter what we're going through in our lives, music is always going to be that one constant thing that will make us happy. And I want for all of you, each and every one of you, to be healthy, happy, and just be you and do what makes you feel good. Thanks so much, guys. Mwah! I love you. We love you so much. And thank you so much for being here. See you soon.